Monday, actually. So, I am re-recording this video because the audio from the last video was just so awful and I didn't want to sit anybody through that episode with such bad quality. So, I'm going to re-record it, break it into parts so that it's easier to digest and easier to upload also for me. But yeah, it's Monday. I keep thinking it's Sunday. I'm starting my new work schedule from my full-time job and it's going to be a 410, so I'm working 4 days a week and then 10 hours per day. Which is really really exciting. A lot of my coworkers are looking forward to it. Apparently, it's something that's been more prominent in other jobs as well, and I didn't even know that you could do that. Um but yeah, I was able to get that opportunity and switch my schedule. So I'm really, really glad. One thing though is that I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to plan plan my Monday, which is weird because I've never had to do that before. I used to get the Sunday scaries and Monday scaries. Um, but now it's just like I'm trying to plan something fun for my Mondays, and it's just been really, I've been really, really grateful. Um, but we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions because it's no, actually it's already February, but I just want to kind of wrap up a video of like representing my goals and visions for 2025. I know a lot of people do this, and every time I watch one, it's just been really exciting to hear what other people plans for themselves for the new year, and it's just motivating and inspiring. So we're gonna do one. I didn't write out a list or anything like that, so we're gonna just wing it. Just things right off the bat that I know I want to work on for this new year. Sorry, it's getting really warm. Also, I'm in my workout clothes because I have a class in a couple of hours. So yeah. Also, we're gonna stay in the setting for a while just because this is my safe place. I love my car. So, this is what you're gonna be seeing for the most part. Other than that, there might be some changes, but not major. Um, let me just fix it. Okay. So, New Year's resolution. This year, I think it was a really good start of my year just because right off the bat, I have I have a trip that I was looking forward to for so long, and I was just so happy to make it happen and for me to be able to return home safely. It was an international trip to Pakistan, which is so far away and so foreign to me, but I not too foreign actually because it's there are a lot of similarities with my own culture. Um, but still it was something like people were speaking a different language. It's a different religion, so everything was kind of new. Lifestyle wise, it's very similar to what I was exposed to growing up, so it's not something that I was like super culture shocked, but it was just so exciting. Um, but I think going on that trip really like kick-started this inspiration or motivation in me to travel this year and really go to all the places that I've been wanting to go to and getting rid of that fear of traveling. Um, I do have a couple places that I know I could make, happen this year just because um, I have more flexibility in terms of going out. I have my family to look over my dogs and my things at home, so it's just I'm really glad that I'm able to have that happen where I can just travel and like rent is like not free technically, but it's like rent is like renting. Like I don't need to worry about not filling up my space because right now I don't have my own place. I do plan on doing getting one sometimes, in the future, but not right now. Um, I think I'd rather spend this time with my family. Just if I'm gonna be traveling a lot this year, then I don't want to rent out a space where I'm not gonna be home, that often anyway. I think that if I were to get my own place, that would be when I'm like really grinding and like building up my savings, building up for my future. I think that's when it's like most likely to happen, but for now this year I do just really want to travel and get out of the US or California as much as possible because there's so much to see. Even in California, so many national parks that I want to go to, and I really hope I can make that happen. It's just kind of hard right now because after I came back from Pakistan, actually before leaving Pakistan, I keep hearing news of like plane crashing everywhere, and although it was kind of scary to travel, I was traveling with a friend, so I think that made it more comforting that on the way to Pakistan, like I was with somebody who was like kind of dependable, reliable, so I felt a little bit safe going there. Um, but going back, I was alone, so that was that. But anyway, we are glad that I was, able to come home safely. So there is some fear that's holding me back from traveling, but I don't think it's gonna last, for a long time. Hopefully, not. But lots of travel plans for this year, and then I also want to start focusing, like kind of centering myself back to myself. I think I was in a 2-year relationship where I was just very loyal, focused, and actually I was hyper focused on this relationship. And even though I thought that was a good thing to do, I think I put a lot of pressure on my partner, um, and that kind of put a strain on our relationship. I took things way too seriously, and I don't know. I think things just started to crumble on its own because of the little things that we were doing in our relationship, and it was just something that wasn't working out anymore. And as much as I have so much love and respect for this person, I think um, just the chapter of being romantically involved together was just it was gonna do more damage than create something beautiful at that point. That was something that I really wanted to work, and I really wanted it to work, but I think at some point I just realized that the more I try to force it to work, the more I'm gonna ruin, the beautiful things that we've shared in the past. So it was a very hard decision to walk away from that. But you know, I am wishing him the best and everything. So I never wish for ill things for another person. I think one thing that he taught me is just karma. I never used to believe in that, but if you just I think one thing that I want to do this year actually is just accumulate as much good karma as I can, doing good things for other people, sharing positivity, and just being kind to other people so that I can accumulate as much good karma as I can, and then hopefully, it'll be a good year. Um, but yeah, that was just something that I learned from my partner, ex-partner. So that's what I want to incorporate more for this year, just being more kind and being on a higher frequency and just, spreading positivity. Um, Another thing that I want to do is just to start figuring out my fitness goals and the type of workouts that I do. So last year, 2024, I was exploring different things. So I'm back in my hometown, and I was trying out different like gyms and Pilates classes and yoga classes, all those things. But I think this year I really want to hone in on one, not one. I don't want to restrict myself to one format of workout, but I do want to have my go-to where I can just comfortably go anytime and be able to get in a good workout. So last year I was doing Pilates classes with reformers, and then I was also doing a hot yoga. So like I was going to this yoga studio. It's called hot no, what is it called? Yoga box. There you go. So it's like a heated room, and there's a bunch of people in the class, and you're just doing yoga. So I was doing both of those. I really like those. I was doing hot yoga once. I tried, but I tried to do it like once every 2 months. I said I was going to do it once a month, but I just never could get to it. um but it was a really good like routine. If I was able to go through with it, like doing hot yoga once a month was a really good like way to cleanse and then prepare for the next month, I think. And then Pilates, that was what I was doing to build like my strength and be more and stay more in shape. So it just got really pricey. I tried the monthly subscription. I also tried the daily subscription. It was just taking a lot of my money. So I'm gonna, oh my god, it's so hot right now. I'm so sorry about the noise. But yeah, I want to do something in between, because sometimes the Pilates classes would be really really difficult, too intense for me, and I just was not enjoying it. My body was not enjoying it because it's something that's like way out of my capacity. Even though I was trying to do it every day after work, it was just not. My body could get used to it, but I just don't like forcing myself to do things that I know I'm not going to be enjoying, or I'm not going to find fulfilling at the end of the activity. That's always been like my philosophy when it comes to fitness and wellness. It's just I try to listen to my body. And I know there's like I've received comments before where people ask me. I went to the gym one time to like ask about their subscription and monthly pricing and all of that. And then this guy asked me, how often do you go to the gym? I said, I usually go when I want to, you know. Sometimes it's hard to find motivation. Sometimes I am super motivated, so I just go based off that. And then he was like, well, that's great, but that's not discipline. And I was like, kind of thrown on about it, but it's okay. Like, people have their own concept of how to be fit and well. I understand though where he's coming from, that if you just end up following what you want to do, sometimes you might be in a really bad phase in life and you don't want to do anything. So if that's your philosophy of like listening to your body, then you're probably going to be unfit for a couple months. But I think with myself, I have a good awareness of where I am right now, like my age, my family history. So I am aware of the things that, like, what my actions could how my actions could affect my health. So I'm not too worried about applying that philosophy into my fitness. I think, whatever works for you, do it. Right now it's just a bit like, I think it's sometimes it's not. I think the problem, not that I think it's a problem, but I think it is a serious struggle for a lot of people to see workout videos on TikTok, on Instagram, social media. And although it is motivating initially, I think that people just need to find it within themselves to do better for their health and wellness. Sometimes it takes watching those kinds of videos for a year, and then you find the motivation to go to a gym or find a studio where you can work out on your own. I think that it's just all in your own time, in your own pace. So just be gentle with yourself and be understanding and be patient, because not everybody can have that motivation to go to the gym every single day, especially if it's not something that you want to do in the very beginning. But yeah, just a kindly reminder, I guess, for everybody who feels pressured by the social media concept of people's, like, everyone's working out these days and you gotta stay fit and whatever. Oh, I had a runny nose. But what was I talking about? Working out. So yeah, just do what you think is best for you. It's never Just know that it's not a good thing when you are going to the gym just to fit in. Go there for yourself and go there for your mental health. I think that's a priority. And so that's for fitness. For eating, it's kind of like a we'll see what happens kind of thing with my diet, just because I do want to travel a lot. So I am aware that if I'm going to be traveling a lot, there's not going to be a lot of good food going into me. I think when you're traveling, it's just difficult to keep up with the same routine, the same diet. And because when you're traveling, you want to just try different kinds of foods that's offered in that specific location. So it's hard to maintain a diet, a specific diet when traveling. But I do want to, in the times that I will be home this year, I do want to um, go back to cooking. Um, I did 2024. I did try baking in the beginning of the year, which I found really really fun. It's like one way of meal prepping my breakfast. So I learned how to bake scones with blueberry and chocolate chips. So I want to get back to that, really hone in on the ingredients so that at some point I don't have to look at the recipe anymore. I also want to try baking other pastries because I love pastries, and I wish I was a baker, but unfortunately I'm not. Like I'm very like I eyeball a lot of things, which is I think is not a principle in baking. So um yeah, I do want to start kind of cooking back home again and just getting all of that like routine back of feeling excited about going home, and kind of me perceiving cooking as like a way to what is it called, rewind, unwind at home after work. So yeah, need to stop eating out when I'm at home and start doing grocery shoppings, which are really really fun anyway. Have a lot of fun just grocery shopping and looking at new foods, and it's just fun being able to think of new ways and like I can use one ingredient and how I can combine them and like different plant-based like recipes. That is one thing that I actually wanted to do last year, going plant-based, but it just never happened. This year I'll try, but obviously I'm not the biggest fan of vegetables, so let's see how that goes. I think the main goal here is just to eat as many as I can. Like I'm very picky with my vegetables. The only ones that I actually really like are broccoli, mushrooms. I'm starting to like carrots. I've hated carrots all my life, but I'm starting to like it a little bit more. What else do I like? I like Brussels sprouts, green beans, bok choy, all of those things. Like I think let's start off with the vegetables that I like, and then start incorporating them into my meals. Um, and then yeah, hopefully I can get used to a plant-based diet. What else? I have been drinking a lot of coffee, just because work has been really, like, working during winter times, it's just harder to get up in the morning. It's harder to find the motivation to increase your productivity or maintain your productivity. So I've been relying a lot on coffee in the office. And I accidentally found my favorite coffee. It's the Lavazza coffee. Obviously, Italians make it better. Italians make the best of coffee. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something from Emily in Paris, but yes. So I've been drinking a lot of coffee, and thankfully, I think last year or this year, there's this new research that came out that coffee is supposedly good for you. So I'm not gonna try to cut back on coffee, at least for now. I just bought the coffee machine. I forget what it's called. It starts with a K. I don't know how to say it either, but it's a coffee machine. You just pop it in and then it'll make the coffee for you. And for my creamer, I've been using the Trader Joe's coconut and almond creamer. It's so good. So coffee has been part of my mornings a lot recently, and then at night I usually try to go for a chamomile tea to kind of unwind my nerves for the day and just be able to get me some good sleep. My sleep has been so just messed up ever since coming back from Pakistan, just because I was sleeping pretty late when I was there, and then here now it's like hard. I can't sleep. Maybe because I've been drinking coffee in the mornings, but it's just harder for me to go to sleep, and I think I just need to start unwinding like pretty early, like 2 hours early or 2 to 3 hours. So like turn all of the screens off, play some jazz music in the background maybe. What else? Like warm shower. Um Sometimes I like to sleep in like cold, so like I open the window and it's cold air blowing into the room. It helps me kind of fall asleep faster than having the heater on. So things like that. I really want to have a consistent sleep where I'm getting 8 hours per day, per night, and waking up the same time every morning, which was in last year it was 7 a.m. But now, like, I find it like I've been waking up around 8 or 9 on the weekends. Obviously, during the week I have to force myself to wake up at 7 a.m. But I really want to get back into that routine where my body just naturally wakes up on its own. Obviously, it's kind of hard right now because it's winter still, so like the sun comes out like pretty late and it's cloudy in the morning. But hopefully, I live in the sunny part of California, so hopefully the sun will give me back my routine. Yeah. So what else? I do want to try to have a solid foundation of savings. I have been pretty good with keeping up with my savings, but then I'm also been pretty good with spending it all. So one thing that I really want to work on is just locking my savings away and just putting it away, not touching it, not minding it, and letting just it like grow on its own. Because last year I got a new credit card, so I was really, really spending cash on that credit card. So this year I just want to take my time and pay off all of my bills on time. On time is the key word. And also just build my savings, and maybe from instead of 3 months savings, I want it to be 6 month savings. Hopefully I can make that work. It's kind of hard when you're kind of really excited to like travel this year and like meet new people, and then also at the same time keep up your savings. So it's kind of hard. Gotta find the balance for that. What else do I want to do this year? I think that's about it. I don't want this video to be super, super long. I hope that people who are listening to this, whoever you are, I hope that you were able to get some fun out of it and just kind of motivate you the same way that it has been motivating for me to hear other people's like New Year's resolutions. Obviously, there like I've never been the type to do like a New Year's resolutions. Even when I was in college studying, like I was never hard on myself to meet these goals. I think I just like talking about it and visualizing those goals, hearing myself talk about it so that I can kind of manifest it, or just being vocal about it helps me like remind myself what I expect myself to accomplish or achieve in this year. Oh my god. Sorry, I have a runny nose right now. Yeah. That's what I want to do. And also this podcast. I'm forgetting this podcast. I want to grow this account, podcast, whatever it is. I have been really inconsistent and I've neglected this, but yeah, I think right now where I'm at with this is just be more authentic, be more myself, and less kind of hard on myself when it comes to like perfection and editing and all of that. Like I just need to calm down and press record and just go off. I think that's just the attitude that I'm gonna take with this account. Also have been really active in shorts. I really love creating shorts. I don't know what it is, but it is motivating to see yourself in a video just doing the things that you usually do on a day-to-day basis. It's so fun, like the music selection as well, and then just taking this like 1 second video of yourself, really, really fun. So I hope to do more of that in the future, or moving forward. But yeah, those are my New Year's resolutions. Share what you guys think you also want to do. If there's some overlaps, if you guys also have new ideas of how you're gonna make your 2025 a good year, share those in the comments. I want to hear. I want to see where everyone's at as well, for the people that are subscribed to me. I appreciate you. I know it's like hard to, I know, because I've been a big YouTuber like fan. I mean, I'm not a YouTuber. I've been a big fan of YouTubers, so I know how hard it is to like stay subscribed to a channel where it's like inconsistent and there's like different videos coming out here and there, but I do appreciate you guys for staying subscribed, and I hope that you get a clearer version of what this podcast is going to be about in the next couple of months. Hopefully I can nail it down. But yes, happy New Year's for everybody. I hope no, we're gonna manifest it. This is gonna be a good year, 2025. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.